tutorial on making a VBA form, which I've shown you before, but this form has got a combo box in it, and that combo box will take data from one worksheet to put into another worksheet. Good for things like stock forms and catalogue forms. And so I've got a worksheet where I want somebody to pick their name, put their username in, and then pick a choice of colours. They're not free to enter any choice, it's one of the colours that we provide. So I've got a worksheet that I've called user_name, where the data will be entered into, and then I've got another worksheet called colours, where my data is held. I've got the heading colour, and then here's the choice of colours they've got. So what I need to do is select this area, enter the name up here in the name box, and that becomes the named range. If our database expands, say we have a new colour called orange, because it's outside of this named range, it won't work. So what I would need to do is just drag the box larger. So now I can fit more colours in. So now I've got that, I'll call it colour choice. So that's become my named range. This is important for the next part that we do with our combo box. So colour choice. So if I click the drop down box and I pick colour choice, it gives me that range. I will show you dynamic ranges in a later lesson where we don't need to specifically pick the range. It'll automatically grow as we enter more data in, but that'll be for a later lesson. So there's my choice of colours that they can pick from, and this is where the data is going to be entered. So if this was a user form, for example, the user doesn't need to know about this worksheet. That would be for maintenance tasks. So let's click the Developer tab and click Visual Basic. I've already started making a form. I've shown you how to make forms before, but briefly, this is the label, and this is the text box button. So click that, and then as we need to do, we type in text_name here. It's important that we give it a meaningful name, because this is where we'll be putting our VB code. Again, a label for colour choice, and then this time, as opposed to clicking the text box, I clicked the combo box. I click the combo box, size it how I want it, and we've now got a combo box. But the key is when the user clicks the arrow, where they're going to get their choice of colours from, and that's where our named range comes in. So this is really important. Look for row source and enter your named range in. So it's colour choice. I could have had 3 or 4 choices, and I could have 3 or 4 colour boxes picking. I could have had colour choice, I could have had make of car, I could have had model, I could have had engine size. If I give each of those named range, I could have a number of combo boxes. So the combo box is a good feature. So this combo box is going to look up the row source of the named range colour choice. Then I've just used the command button to add 2 new buttons in. So now I need to put the code in. So I'll double click the input, and we'll add our command button, and I'll paste some code that I got earlier. That's not the right one. So let me get a copy of the code and explain what I've done. And I'll paste that in there. And we've got our usual code. We've used this every time. We've got variable iRows long, variable ws as the predetermined command worksheet. Set the worksheet to open. Now I need to put an entry in here. I want it to be the username. So I want any data I enter to be entered into the username worksheet. If I wrote down colours in there, it would enter the data into colours. So where do I want my data entered? So I want it entered into the username worksheet, and then I want it to go into row 1 and 2. This is find the first empty row. The big mistake is this is XL, the letter L, xlUp, and that's the number 1 there. And a lot of people are putting in XL, X1, it's XL. Okay, so this basically finds the first empty row in the database and starts to enter the data there. So we're saying in row 1, enter the stuff that was entered into the name. So text underscore name, that's the important part. So user form 5, I named this text underscore name there. And I've named my combo box CMB underscore color choice. So my text name, text underscore name, and it's a text box. And then I need to edit this. It was CMB underscore color choice dot value because it's not a text box, it's a combo box and it's picking values. So I believe it or not, that's our code. If I now go back to the user form, I'll just put in the close button, Me.Hide. We've now made our close button, and so now I'm already on the username tab. We'll fix that a little bit later on. So I click the play button and test it. So I'll enter user 1. They're going to pick, and there's our range, red, input, and there you have it. User 2 and yellow, and it's entering our data in for us. If we wanted to add the range now, we can put in orange, and now if I go back to the user form and I run it again, and this time user 3 will want to pick, and there's the choice is orange, and he's putting it in. So there's a simple form to input data and then enter the data from the colours into there. Last thing we'll probably need to do very quickly, and this is more of a reminder than anything else, is let's make a button. So insert a shape, and I've shown you this in a previous lesson, so you can go back to my previous couple of first 2 or 3 videos where I show you how to do this. Right click, assign a macro, and I'm making a new macro. It will look for previous macros as well. So what I'll do is I'll remove this data for us to see, and I've already got the code that I'll paste it in, that I'll explain it. So I'll paste that in. So sheets is the sheet to open. So what sheet do I want to open? I want to open user underscore name. And what form do I want to open? Well, it's called user form 5. I should have named it something more meaningful, something to bear in mind. So user form 5 show. And that's my macro done. I'll save that. I'll close that down. And now when I click the button, it opens my form for me, and I can close it and open and close. Look at my previous lessons on how to do buttons and navigate between forms, and that's basically using a combo box, pulling data from one table, from one field into another field. I hope you found that useful, and if you've got any more requests or want me to explain anything, drop me an email and I will go ahead and make a video for you. Thank you.